Hello, my name's Andy from Oldham Saddleworth Green Party, and I'm here today to talk about the EU. We've been knocking on doors and delivering leaflets and speaking to a lot of people, and people are concerned about many different aspects of the EU. The national debate has been really focused on two issues: economics and immigration, and those two issues are really important, but this is our attempt to widen the debate because the EU affects so much more than that. So I've got some friends together from Oldham Saddleworth Green Party, and we're going to tell you about a few of the different issues that your vote is going to affect on June the 23rd. Let's go.
One of the key benefits that we all receive from EU membership is that workers' rights are protected for British people. For example, there's limits on the working hours during a week. We all get guaranteed breaks in our working day. There's equal pay between men and women. There's parental leave and there's maternity pay. We also receive paid holiday each year. These rights, some of them predate our joining the EU, and that's because they're things that British workers have fought for over the decades. But now that they're secured into the EU rights, we know that they're protected for all future generations. We don't know what a UK government might do in the future. For example, they might challenge the way these rights are also protected for agency staff and temporary workers, as well as full-time permanent employees. A UK government may choose to chip away at the workers' rights that we've built up for so long and that the EU has added to over our membership. And the best way to ensure that workers' rights are protected for British people is to remain a member of the EU. This view is supported by many of the trade unions.
Right, so if I said to you, there are 3 million EU migrants in the UK, straight away, because 3 million is such a big number, you'd think that's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Britain's a tiny island, we're full. But if I said to you, only 5% of people in Britain are EU migrants, you might not be as interested. You might think that's not that many people. So I think the main issue right now with Remain or In is how the information is being presented to us. Telling us that 5% of people in the UK are EU migrants won't sell papers. It won't persuade you, won't give you that visceral feeling. 3 million will. And 5% is like a normal rate amongst all Western countries. It's nothing strange, it's nothing out there. It's not like Germany doesn't have 5%, it's not like America doesn't have 5%. And on top of this, like, it's a two-way street. So if you've ever had dreams of living in France once you're retired, or Spain once you're retired, Italy, Germany perhaps, Greece, if we leave, then that isn't possible. Like, that retirement dream is no longer possible. So for me, given the fact that the absolute numbers seem high, but the percentage numbers of EU migrants that are in the UK is quite small, it's average and small. And if I ever wish to move to a sunnier country in my retirement, I'll lose that, then I want to remain part of the EU, be part of the argument, make the EU better.
The European Union has a major impact on the environment throughout the area of the 28 countries. It has a major impact on the cleaning up of the beaches and the rivers in Britain. If we decide to leave the European Union, one thing that air pollution does not respect is international borders, and this is something we can tackle together as a group of countries in the European Union. The EU has also had a major impact in preserving the sort of endangered species, and is now currently working to ban the use of glyphosates across the area, because these have a major detrimental impact on the bee population, and that again is a massive threat to farming and food security. Overall, one of the biggest threats we face is climate change. By working together in the European Union, and the Green Party in England and Wales works with all the other Green parties across the European Union, it's far more effective in tackling this major problem. A problem that, if it gets worse and global sea levels rise, will have a major impact on migration. The European Union is a far more democratic organisation than it is actually given credit for. The European Parliament is elected by proportional representation. We're fortunately not allowed that privilege when we're electing the seats for Westminster. It does not have any hereditary peers, it does not have any bishops appointed from the Church of England. It does far more work than it's given credit for, and it's a very effective brake on the work of the Commission and holds the Commission to account. This is why I will be, on Thursday, voting to remain in the European Union.
Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that enjoyable and informative. I hope you know a little bit more about the arguments for staying in Europe and about where the Green Party stand. We know Europe, the EU, isn't perfect, but we also are very much in favour of staying in. It's up to you to go away and find out some arguments for the other side and then to make an informed decision and make sure you vote on June the 23rd. If you want to find out even more about the arguments for staying in Europe, or if you want to find out more about the Green Party or Oldham Saddleworth Green Party, check out the links below. And if you like the video, like, comment, share. Thanks very much.